I got a question for you about haters. Because when you were trying to come up in the WWE, you must have had a lot of people that said, this guy can't hack it, this old man can't
Oh,
hack it. How do you get through the criticism? And this is before the internet, right? Now the
yeah.
internet comes on. I mean, how do you deal with haters? And a lot of people think that, famous people or successful people don't have them, but I guess everyone has
Oh
them.
my
How'd you
God.
how'd you deal with them at WWE, and how do you deal with them even now?
Um, I saw a quote, and I'll put it like this. Again, the story you tell yourself. I saw a quote, and the quote was this. It said, "The repetitions of affirmations leads to belief. And once that belief becomes a deep conviction, things begin to happen." And I started to think about that. Well, that's just keeping the repetitions of affirmations, they can be really negative. And you can just pull yourself in, suck yourself into that emotional gravity, or they can be really powerful. And I use the example of going uh, in 2017 to accept my Hall of Fame induction, and Eric Bischoff, gave me an amazing introduction. And going into that, when they heard my speech, because the writers want to know what you're going to say, and they told me I only had 15 minutes. I had written 27 minutes. I knew it was going to take about that. And they were like, "Oh, DDP, can't go over 15." So I went back and started rewriting it. And then they called me up the next day after I'd finished rewriting it. And they said, "Can you do it for us?" I'm like, "Sure, come on up." So I started to do the 15 minute. He goes, "No, the other one." After I spent all night on that one.
Right,
The
right.
bottom line is I read it to him. He went back, talked to Kevin Dunn, who's the head producer. He said, "Don't go over 30. Do whatever you want." And I
Wow.
and I could have got in my head thinking, what the hell am I thinking? I'm going to be in front of 20,000 people. Millions of people are going to be watching on the network and the USA channel. What am I thinking? Like, what if my iPad freezes? What if I forget where I am? What if it doesn't work? That wasn't my inner voice. My inner voice was one thing. I'm going to blow everyone away. This is going to be my finest half hour in the world of professional wrestling. I'm going to blow them away. I'm going to make them laugh. I'm going to make them cry. I'm going to inspire them. And that's the only thing I allow in my mind. Now, not this year, this January, but last January, Cody Rhodes had asked me to do a match with AEW. And AEW is now on your guys' network out there. They're playing it in the UK, but they're all over TNT, and that's where WCW was huge. That's where we were kicking WWF's ass at the time. And when Cody told me what he wanted me to do, and it ended with me jumping off the top rope down to the floor on the guys. I was 3 months from 64 years young. But the bottom line is anything can happen. When you do something like that, I could have broke my neck. I could have torn my ACL out. I mean, all these things ran through my mind prior, but I put all the work in to make sure that wouldn't happen. And then the rest is my mental attitude. And again, I'm going to blow everyone away. No one's going to see this coming. I'm going to hit, I'm going to pop up, and I had to see it. You have so many people get caught up into this. I can't do this. This is never going to be happening. So many people pull themselves down to this worthless, like they have no self-worth. And the bottom line is if they really focus and look at that, they'll see like, wow, that really works for me because I don't feel like I have any self-worth, because I don't really have any confidence in myself. The bottom line is, trust me, the other shit works too. Like where you really believe in yourself and you treat yourself with respect. Like, I think they say the golden rules, treat people the way people treat themselves or whatever. I don't want that. Most people treat themselves like shit. They talk garbage about themselves. They put garbage in their mouths. They poison their bodies. I don't do any of that. When I woke up this morning, I jumped in a 15 PSI hyperbaric chamber for an hour and a half. Now, to understand that, hyperbaric chambers are in Mayo Clinic. They're in all the huge hospitals. And I have the highest one that you can have. Anything over 12 PSI breaks the brain-blood barrier, putting oxygen on your brain. You can't have something healthier happen to your body. That's how I start my day. I've got my phone sealed, I've got my iPad sealed, and I either work or I watch movies, mostly documentaries. And I'll go through my learning stage there. Then I get up and I get on the mat. Then I go eat and I get on my beamer pad. Then I go on. I'm always taking care of myself so I can take care of other people. And if you're a mother or a father out there, you can't do it for your kids. You got to do it for you so you can do it for your kids. That's what you're doing. How old are your kids? 3 and 4?
Yeah, 3 and 4.
Right. You're staying in shape for you, because if you stay in shape for you, you're going to be there for them. And staying in shape for yourself, I can't tell you, and but I can't tell people like how important it is for your confidence. Because when you feel good, when you put real food in your body, when you're energized, I'm 65, okay? And for the last 10 years, I've been saying, I'm not training. I'm not living for 65. I'm not preparing for 65, because that's going to be here tomorrow. Yesterday, last week, I'm preparing for 75, 85, 95, and believe it or not, 105. That's how I condition my body and my brain. And I'm going to keep doing it. And at some point, people are going to go, man, that son of a bitch, he's 70. Look at him. He's 75. It must be real. He's 80. Oh, my God, he almost looks the same. It's like,